All right, longtime anchor Scott Pelley getting fired by CBS News one day after his explosive meeting with new 60 Minutes executive producer Nick Bilton, where Pelley hurled insults and accused CBS News boss Barry Weiss of, quote, murdering 60 Minutes. She does not love this place. She was brought in to kill it, and she's doing exactly that. Well, as you can imagine, being insubordinate, accusing your boss of murdering the network gets you fired. And editor-in-chief Barry Weiss saying Pelley broke the newsroom's trust and chose his own path. But of course, the liberal media and left-wing influencers are venting about their latest media martyr.
I made a crack there talking about the Scott Pelley news as being sort of a Hungarian oligarchic-style takeover of the media, and I mean that sort of as a joke, but also sort of deadly serious.
This is like an underwater earthquake at CBS News.
It's be like Scott Pelley. They're burning it all down because they want to please Donald Trump.
Boycott every thing on CBS News. These people are the biggest bunch of
Greg.
I love slow zoom Zoolander. He's got such a fake voice. He's as stiff as a starched corpse. He makes Joe Biden look like Simone Biles. He has these Hall of Fame movements. He takes himself more seriously than anybody on the planet ever would. Every time he speaks, it's though it's of some kind of historical urgency. He's just a drama queen. Why are these guys, whether it's like Terry Moran or Acosta, Harwood, such self-serious weasels? And this guy throws a tantrum in a public view, then he leaks it to everyone to amplify his appearance as some kind of hero. He just looks like a cartoon because he is a cartoon. 60 Minutes doesn't exist as some lone bright beacon in the wilderness. A 24-year-old guy named Nick Shirley ran 100 laps around 60 Minutes on a story that they, like many big stories, missed. If you look at people like Nick Shirley and Chris Rufo, Bill Malugins, border coverage, Schellenberger on homelessness, it reveals how far 60 Minutes has fallen. They've not done any real investigative pieces, and all the mistakes they made. Do you remember Leslie Stahl talking about the laptop, denying that it was real, or Pelley himself blaming Biden's infirmity on a stutter? These guys are idiots. Goodbye.
Yeah, a lot of people would argue, Jesse, that 60 Minutes murdered itself. I mean, you had Scott Pelley bringing on Mark Elias as if he were some, neutral lawyer or victim of Russian collusion.
Yeah, he slobbered all over McCabe. They had some moms on, and he said, what's a little child porn in the library? Never hurt anybody. The guy has massive TDS, and he's pompous. And there's a lot of pompous people on television. But this guy, he's more than even Greg. If your boss is new and comes in and wants to shake things up and you have new ownership, do you secretly tape the boss and then leak it? No. I mean, he was asking to get axed. And this is the second time he got axed from the anchor chair of the CBS Evening News. He got axed again. He's been there for 37 years. He wanted to go, and it was his time to go. With that said, this place is a juggernaut. They did $11 million an episode last year. They make $3 to $4 billion CBS News they throw off each year. It's a really well-oiled machine, but they're bloated, they're woke, and they're stuck in the past. And if they want to reinvent themselves, they have to do a little bit more than bring Barry Weiss in. They got to clean house, change the culture, because if you don't change with it, you're dead.
Yeah, I saw some headline, 60 Minutes could lose its entire staff. And I thought to myself, Martha, that may be a good thing.
I'm pretty sure that's where it's going.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're
500 people working for that show.
It's unbelievable. I mean, we all know the kind of staff that we have per show, and we're lean and mean. We get it done very well, and we have great ratings. But yeah, can you imagine having 500 people working on a show? I have no idea what they would all be doing. And it's once a week. Yeah. But they're, spending a lot of money going out and shooting these elaborate pieces that take 3 months, 4 months for them to put together. And those things used to be meaningful. When I was a kid, we used to sit down and watch 60 Minutes on Sunday night because it was interesting. And the stories were great. And it was substantive. And the last several times I came by it and turned it on, I was like, ugh, about 30 seconds in, you're like, no, I really don't feel like wasting my time with this. Scott Pelley is so pompous. And, you are too, Jesse.
Oh, no, I'm not. Not like him.
I'm about to give you a
Thank
compliment.
you.
You have sense of humor about yourself.
Yes, I do.
Like, you can laugh at yourself. This
do.
man has
Many times
never
I laugh at
laughed at
myself.
himself in his entire life. I mean, he looks like he would pop if someone,
Do you imagine having a real conversation with him?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
Please
I think he's
pass
so
the asparagus.
studied. Yes, he's so
Urgently.
studied, and everything's so important, and every little word that comes out of his mouth is like a drop of wisdom. And it's just, I think he knew he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
So he blew up the meeting because he wanted to go out with a bang. But I think that the return letter from the new executive producer was quite powerful. It's like, look, I don't know who you think you are, but that doesn't work here. So this is your termination letter.
Yep, and I thought he should have been fired after he gave what the New York Post says was an angry, unhinged commencement speech criticizing Trump. You're a serious journalist, and you're out there giving speeches criticizing the president?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
So real quickly, Martha, we have 2 words for Jesse's brilliantly simple. You're exactly right. I'd say a couple things. 2 things can be right. I thought that you can't go in the office of your bosses, wherever you may work, and tell them that they're unfit to be your boss, that they are incapable, and that they're not intelligent. That's generally a prescription to be let go. At the same time, I think some of the things he was trying to say about what he thinks is the show, and I agree with Martha, the characterization of it, and I still do. I mean, on Sundays, I watch football from noon till 7 or 7:30, whenever the 4 o'clock game goes off. Then I switch to 60 Minutes, and then I switch to another network, the 8 o'clock game network, which is a rival network of ours, to watch the 8 o'clock game. And I find it not only interesting, I watch it because I think the audience there is politically diverse, it's broad, it's wide, and they generally deal with several topics. The last few years, they've dealt with some things that might have leaned one way too much, but generally they talk about things, whether it's medical or science or political or historical, that I find something, I learned something from.
But you watched 60, so you watched 60 Minutes after watching 7 hours of football.
I watched 6
You are
every
so
Sunday.
wasted.
Every
you have
Sunday.
no idea what you're watching.
Every Sunday before I watch the 8 o'clock game, I may have had a beer, but I certainly watch. And I tell you, try to make my kids do it as well. I saw one of the great episodes on the Red Hot Chili Peppers one time.
that was
Was that a shot?
You really good music.
hard. That was a hard hitting.
They may do the best.
Yeah.
You know that
Scott
Flea
Pelley
doesn't wear a shirt?
But Scott Pelley, but I'm telling you, it was a deeper interview than that. Scott Pelley, I don't know him, and some of the things have been said around the table. Maybe the show does need a refresh to make it relevant and make it more interesting. But I hope they don't gut it, because this is one of the special shows, one of the special news shows ever created on TV.
I hope they do gut it. I hope 60 Minutes becomes 0 minutes. And you'll get a much better education watching Life, Liberty, and Levin, which is what I watch on Sundays. Hi, Mark.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.